And when my Uncle Roscoe was alive, his horses were trained, they would run with you. You know, you could actually take them across the field and run and stuff. A stable won't let you do that with your own horse. They're not going to let you do that with any of their horses. But man, I mean, I bet you the minimum now is about $5 to $6 grand a year for a horse, because you got to pay $350 for the board and stuff. I don't know, hopefully an American size will fit. I'm not sure if I have metrics that big.
I actually might have.
Holy moly, here we go.
Got it?
Yeah, I bet you this will work.
A third.
Okay, let me get you some
Or
leverage.
is that what I forgot last year?
Let me get you something with some leverage here.
So the new sprocket came today for the front. Back one's in pretty good shape, so I'm not changing it.
Cheater bar. Cheater bar. Get that thing off.
I don't know how those got tight. Take a shower, put all these boxes back on in an hour.
Never seen your 2-minute Navy showers.
And the first time I put the boxes on backwards.
Oh.
The left on the right and the right on the left, so I had to start over.
Okay.
Break.
Hold on. Let me get my camera away. Do this right. That's the one. Hold on, I gotta snap.
Oh, I thought it might be this. That's why it wouldn't come off. I didn't undo the snap or the lock washer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would help.
Hammer.
Hammer, all the pounding stuff is underneath the window there. The window, no, over here. Here.
This one.
Look underneath the window. Everything you pound with is there. All the pounding tools, breaker bars, and pounding punches are there. Chisels and stuff.
And this isn't going to hold up anything.
You want something to pound with? Hold on a second.
No, I got a hammer. I just got to bend it down, so I just got to put the flathead thingy on there.
Because I've got rods and old socket extensions to pound with that are already beat up. Moving? Nope. Nice having an impact hammer, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Get the worst part done. You know what the torque specs for the new one is?
It's in my book in the top box.
Okay.
Let's get up to 98 degrees today.
Yep. Nice and toasty. Might need to go get another torque wrench. This one's in inch pounds. I don't even know how you translate inch pounds.
12 inches.
Well, it's just 12 once, so that'd be...
Don't worry about it. 72, I know pretty much what that is.
Yeah, maximum is 250 inch pounds, or 229 newtons. Oh, I can't do it. It's got to be 98 newtons, so mine doesn't even have the capacity to do that. I have to get a bigger torque wrench, which we can do if we need to. My bike lift?
No, what I think I'll have you do is just lean it over this way. Get the tire off the ground.
Okay.
About like that.
So 400?
No, I gotta be able to spin it so I can take the chain, get the chain off the big sprocket.
Okay.
Here, you gotta hold this so I can do it.
Oh, I thought I was spinning it for the master link. Okay, well, put it back and then let me clean it. Use the tire. Well, actually, as loose as the chain is now, you don't even necessarily need it. If we got enough play, you can just pull the sprocket off with the chain. You should be able to give enough, right? Or is it too tight in there?
It's too close.
Yeah.
I'll do it the old school way.
They just gave you a little more forward clearance. Man. You walk it off to the inside, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm wrong.
There we go. I was gonna say all the guards and stuff want to keep it from going to the outside, so the only way you get it off is to the inside. Holy cow. Those are broken, Tom. That's not wear, those were broken off. That's chain whip. Those were actually beaten and knocked off by the chain. Yeah, and every other one tells me stretch.
Show it on JVC. It's on.
Okay,
There's a white background.
this is not a chain that's chain wear. This is from chain whip. If I put my finger against this part right here, that's not worn off. You can actually feel the metal is peened over because this was actually fractured off. So if a chain actually stretches on you, what it's going to do is it'll hook correctly on this one, but it'll be a little bit long and it'll actually come down and beat against the top of this. It would be as if something was beating against the very top of this tooth right here and hitting on it until it finally broke off. But yeah, every other one of these is telling me it's a stretched chain that actually hit and actually beat off the teeth. That's what I wanted to check to see if it felt like if it was wear or if it felt like it actually broke off.
Let me see. Again, I gotta figure out which way I had it.
Let's see what the wear marks on one of their hole. Okay, they broke off this way. Yeah, they were all broke off this way. So the chain was hitting them as it came around. The chain was actually hitting them and slapping them and breaking them off this
So
way.
that's the way it was on.
Yeah, and this is where if you look at the way the chain is, this one still got most of it. It was actually worn off here, so here's where it was being pulled. So if it rotates, this is the direction it was going.
I'm pretty old school. I was brought up the old style way. Just going in and replacing everything at once, I really don't subscribe to. Because I can look at that rear sprocket and I know it's still good. The tips are a little bit pointy.
You know how many times they tell you every time you do something you're supposed to put a new cotter pin in, and I hardly ever do. And I never do when I'm out on the road because you don't carry cotter pins with you. So
that's a done deal. All I got to do is put this.
But that's the mechanic's way of telling you he's going to charge you an extra $5 for another cotter pin when he does it for you.
You can't honestly tell me that once you use a cotter pin it isn't any good anymore.
Yeah, I've used them for years on end when I've adjusted on my Harley.
Extra parts.
Yeah. Saves on weight. keep taking stuff off one at a time until the motorcycle stops running. Then you put that one thing back, and then you're ready to roll.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Then it's as light as possible.
Straight up skippy. And when you're putting your little plastic cover back on, don't snap the bolts off. That's a wrap. It's done.
Okay. 25 minutes, and that was with a little bit of goofing around.
5 of it was taking the boxes off.
Yeah.
2 or 3 minutes of it was getting the chain off the right direction instead of the other direction.
Yeah, that's true. We spent about 5 minutes taking the chain off the wrong way. Came up with an idea that didn't quite work.
Digging for tools.
Now, see, if you were in long way round, you just sit around till one of the people from the tribe come out from their town or their little village and did it for you. And you just shake their hand, get your picture taken with them.
You still filming?
Yeah.
Or you do one of these numbers. Bill Ma here. Tracy!
Yeah. Yeah, or you call Tracy. I don't have Tracy to help me.
That's a tease.
Oh, you know very well Bill Ma's grateful for having Tracy around. I'd love to have Tracy around too. I'll be the first to admit, compared to Tracy, I'm just a borderline mechanic. The time it takes me to change spark plugs in an engine, he'd have the heads off and be tooling it down to the machine shop to have them trued up.
Piece of shit, Cal.
There's a puddle on the ground. I think something. Oh, that's leaking from you, not the bike.
Yeah.
We're done. Everything but the picking up the tools. Since my chauffeur is off this week, I guess I have to fill in for him and help pick up tools.